Welcome you all. I am Professor Yogesh Kokate from Mechanical Department. In the lecture series of Thermal Engineering in Unit 2, today we will see the second law of thermodynamics. In last lectures, we already seen what is meant by systems, types of systems, what is meant by the states and its equilibrium, and already we looked the first law of thermodynamics. Now we go ahead for the next law, that is second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics is compiled with the two statement. In that first statement is given by Kelvin Planck's. So it's called as an Kelvin Planck statement. As per the Kelvin Planck statement, it is impossible to construct a device that operates in a cycle with receives the heat from a single reservoir and convert the entire amount of heat into work. Similarly, the second statement is given by the Clausius statement or clauses. As per this statement, it is impossible to construct a device that would operate in a cycle which extracts the heat from a low temperature reservoir and supplies to the high temperature reservoir without any external agency. Let's we first understand these two statements with the help of diagram. So, as per the Kelvin's law, if you see that there are two reservoirs, one is a hot reservoir and second is a cold reservoir. Always hot reservoir having higher temperature than cold reservoir. As we provide the heat to the engine convert that heat, that is QH amount of heat, into the work done, that is W. But it is highly impossible, as per this statement, it is highly impossible to construct a device that operates cycle which receives the heat. So here receiving of heat is QH, receives the heat from a single reservoir and convert the entire amount of work. That means QH, if the QH amount of heat is, let's say, 20 watt, and if total 20 watt is converted into work done, then it is highly impossible. Such a kind of device is highly impossible. If it is possible, then we call as that engine as an perpetual motion machines. But it is highly impossible. So what is possible? So if QH amount of heat, let's say 20 watt of heat is provided to the engine, some of the heat is getting converted into work, let's say 15 watt of energy is converted into work done and 5 watt of energy is getting rejected to the cold reservoir. This is nothing but the second law of thermodynamics. So if I want to replace the impossible word by the possible, then the statement will becomes it is possible to construct a device that operates in a cycle which receives the heat from a reservoir and convert some of the energy into the work and remaining energy is getting rejected. Similarly, for the Clausius statement, let's we understand with this diagram. It is impossible to construct a device that would operate in a cycle. Now this is the device which operates in a cycle. So you can see that here is a hot reservoir, here is a cold reservoir. Now naturally, let's say you can imagine that there is a very high temperature reservoir and adjacent to that reservoir or system there is a low temperature reservoir. So it is natural, it is spontaneous, heat is getting transferred from high temperature to low temperature. For that purpose there is no need of any kind of device. But if I want to transfer the heat from low temperature reservoir to high temperature reservoir, that means if I want to transfer the heat from the system, let's say 50 degree to the 100 degree Celsius, for that purpose I required a device. That device name is nothing but the refrigerator. So for the refrigerator or with the help of refrigerator, I can transfer the heat from cold heat reservoir to the hot heat reservoir. But just by putting the refrigerator it is not possible. For that purpose I want to give the external work done also. So I want to provide the work done over here. So if you compare these two diagrams, this is the diagram for heat engine which produce the work done on behalf of heat energy supplied, and this is the refrigerator. Here we can transfer the heat energy from low heat reservoir to the high heat reservoir by providing the work done to the refrigerator. So these two statements giving the two devices, that is heat engine and refrigerator. Already we looked the heat engine, but just in the context of second law, once again we repeat it. What is heat engine? A engine is device that converts the heat into work. A classical example is the steam engine. So this is the steam engine where we provide the heat energy so as to we convert the water into steam. So you can see over here, this is the hot reservoir, and inside this hot reservoir we supply the heat to the water so as to water is getting converted into steam. This steam is coming inside this piston cylinder arrangement, and due to that piston expand. This is nothing but the mechanical work done. So you can see over here, this hot reservoir is nothing but this boiler. This is the engine where we get the work done, and once this steam is giving its energy, that steam potential is getting down, it is getting degraded. That low potential steam coming inside the condenser, and inside the condenser it is getting rejected. This is getting rejected in the cold reservoir. So this is boiler, that is hot reservoir. This is the condenser, that is cold reservoir. And again this steam, once it is getting reject its heat, it is coming into the water once again, and that water again feed to the steam boiler. So as to again this cycle is getting repeated. So this cycle is nothing but the heat engine. So you can see that the working of your heat engine over here. So main objective of heat engine is nothing but to produce the work done with the help of heat energy input. So efficiency of the heat engine we already calculated. So what is the main outcome from this one is nothing but the work done, and to get this work done we have to provide the heat energy. So QH is an input and W is an work done. So how we can calculate the work done? QH, that is 20 watt, let's say, and 15 watt is nothing but the heat energy or work done is produced. So 5 watt of energy is getting rejected. So if I want to calculate W, then I can easily calculate it, that is 20 minus 5 will be an 15. So it will become QH minus QC will be a nothing but work done. So if I want to calculate the efficiency, it is very simple. Work done, that is output, divided by input, that is nothing but heat energy supplied, that is QH. W, that is work done, I can also write it down. QH minus QC upon QH is equal to 1 minus QC upon QH. So the maximum efficiency heat engine can do is, then when the maximum efficiency is then QC upon QH, also we can write it down TC upon TH. So that efficiency we also call it as an Carnot efficiency, that is nothing but 1 minus QC upon QH. We can replace QC upon QH as an 1 minus TC upon TH. So if the two reservoirs are at the same temperature, the efficiency is 0, because TC and TH will be having same temperature, so it will be getting cancelled. So 1 minus 1 will become 0. The smaller the ratio of cold temperature to the hot temperature, the closer the efficiency will be. That means when the hot reservoir and cold reservoir having near about, or whatever may be the temperature difference in between them will be less, then efficiency is closer to the 1. Now next device is nothing but the refrigerator. If you see the refrigerator, here we supply the heat and we get a work done, we called as a heat engine, and we reject some amount of energy. So here objective is nothing but to produce the work done. Then that device is known as an heat engine. But in case of refrigerator, the objective is not to produce the work done. So you can see that here the arrowhead is not going outside the diagram, it is coming inside the refrigerator. That means here we want to supply the heat. So that's why we called as a power absorbing device as a refrigerator. But in case of heat engine, we called as it is a power producing. Here power is getting produced. because objective of heat engine is to produce the power. But in case of refrigerator, by using the work done, we can transfer the heat from low temperature to high temperature. So objective in case of refrigerator is nothing but to transfer the heat from low temperature reservoir to high temperature reservoir. So you can see in the refrigerator we continuously absorb the heat from the inside the cabin and reject into the outer atmosphere, which having higher temperature than inner side. So you can see the refrigerator over here. So what is the QH? So simple, if you see, if I am providing 3 watt of heat energy, I can absorb 2 watt of energy from the cold reservoir. So 3 plus 2 is nothing but the total energy that I want to reject. So QH will become the QC plus W. So in case of refrigerator, we are not finding out the efficiency, we are finding out the COP, called as an coefficient of performance. Why coefficient of performance? Because here desire effect is different. Here desire effect is not a work done. Here desire effect is nothing but how much amount of heat energy you absorb. So here I am interested in QC. I am not interested in QH or work done. How much amount of heat I can absorb from the cold reservoir, it is important. So you can take an example of refrigerator. In the refrigerator, we are interested how much heat energy absorbed from the cabin so as to cabin temperature is getting decreases. We are not interested how much energy we are rejected. Okay, so COP will be a nothing but coefficient of performance, which is equal to the desired effect upon work done. So why the work done at the denominator? Because whatever desired effect we want, for that purpose we want to provide the work done. So work done will be your input. So COP is nothing but the desired effect divided by work done. So how to calculate the COP of Carnot refrigerator? So what is your desired effect? What is your objective? To absorb the heat, that is QC. So QC at a numerator, and for that purpose you provide the work done, that is W cycle. So how to write it down the work done also? That is nothing but the QH minus QC. So we write it down QC upon QH minus QC. And as we know that we can replace the heat by temperature, so same formula will be formed, that is TC upon TH minus TC. Typical refrigerator having COP value in the range of 2 to 6. We always preferred a bigger value of COP. If the value of COP is more, that means we get a more performance from the refrigerator. So when we go into the market for purchasing of refrigerator or air conditioner, we have to always prefer a device which having higher COP. Always remember. So you can see over here, this cabin is nothing but the cold reservoir. From this we can absorb the heat. So QC amount of heat is absorbed. With the help of this compressor we can absorb this. That means here will be an evaporator coil actually that absorbs the heat, and that refrigerant which is present inside that evaporator, that refrigerant come inside the compressor. Now compressor is the device which can send that refrigerator to the hot reservoir. Here hot reservoir is a condenser, and from this condenser we reject the heat. So condenser here will becomes your hot reservoir, and evaporator coil which is inside the refrigerator will becomes your cold reservoir system. Here refrigerator compressor will becomes your device which will takes the heat. Here will be I called as a heat pump. You can imagine that over here is nothing but the refrigerator, because same diagram is applicable for the heat pump, just the difference of desired effect that we will discuss in next slide. Okay, so here I want to write it down the refrigerator instead of heat pump. So in case of heat pump, our desired effect is QC, and that we get with the help of work done. So what is heat pump? So as in the previous slide we already seen the refrigerator, same diagram you can see over here. QC amount of heat we absorb and QH amount of heat we rejected to the hot reservoir with the help of W, that is W amount of work done. So what is the difference in between heat pumps and refrigerator? So heat pumps act as, here our desired effect is different. desired effect we are dealing with, or we are interested in QH, that means how much amount of heat rejected. Now the question is that what sort of devices, or in which case we use the heat pump. So if I give the example, let's say we take an example of Shimla or Kulu Manali, where the temperature is very low. So at that time we want a warm effect inside the room. So we want to absorb the heat from the outside climate, though it is very low temperature, and reject it into the room, so as to room temperature will be increases. So we are interested in to reject the heat, then that device name we called as a heat pump. So heat pump is the device which can absorb the heat from the low temperature system and reject it into the high temperature reservoir. Okay, so you can see in this diagram, heat is removed, that is QC, from the cold reservoir, that is outside, and exhausted into the house, keeping the house is warm, that is at a QH temperature. So you can imagine that this is our room, and inside this room you want to increase the temperature. Before that, this is outside atmosphere, let's say it is at a -5, and this is inside room, that is also at a -5. But as you heated the heat pump, the outside heat is absorbed by the heat pump and rejected inside the room, and due to that, as the heat content inside the room increases, temperature inside the room will be increase. So we get a warmer effect inside the room. So at that time our desired effect is getting changed. So you can see that work done will be the same, that is QH minus QC. So if I am taking QH outside, so it will becomes a 1 minus QC upon QS, that is QH 1 minus TC upon TH in terms of temperature. Now if I want to write it down the COP, in case of refrigerator we write it down the COP, that is nothing but desired effect upon work done. So desired effect is nothing but the amount of heat absorbed, that is QC, divided by work done in case of refrigerator. But in case of heat pump, our desired effect is nothing but the amount of heat rejected, that is QH. So it will become a QH upon W. How to write it down the W in terms of heat rejected? So it will become QH upon QH minus QC. In terms of temperature, we can write it down TH upon TH minus TC. So if we write it down the different performance, we look three types of devices. In that, first one is an engine, which is a power producing devices. In that we can calculate the efficiency, that is W upon QH, because W is an output and QH is nothing but the heat input. That we can also write it down like this also. If we take an example of next device, that is refrigerator, here our objective or desired effect is nothing but the amount of heat energy absorbed. So your COP will become a QC upon W. In case of heat pump, if you see that our aim is nothing but to reject the heat, more and more we want to reject the heat, so as to we can increase the heat content. So numerator will become a QH upon W. So COP always will be a desired effect upon work done, but desired effect in case of refrigerator is nothing but amount of heat absorbed, but in case of heat pump it is the amount of heat rejected, and that's why formula is getting changed. So with the help of COPs, if I write it down the COP of refrigerator and COP of heat pump, you can see that denominator are nothing but the same, but numerator are different. So if I write it down simultaneously, QL upon W net, then I will get COP of heat pump is equal to COP of refrigerator plus 1. So this is very important equation, we can say, and many times in the competitive examination they may ask you for the same temperature, if the COP of heat pump is 4, what is the COP of refrigerator? So it is always less than 1, that is nothing but a 3. They may ask you like this, COP of refrigerator is 5, and at the same temperature, if we convert that refrigerator into the heat pump, what kind of or what sort of COP we get from the heat pump? So simple answer, if the COP of refrigerator is 4, so COP of heat pump is greater than 1, so it is 4 plus 1, that is 5. So like that you can calculate. So COP of heat pump always greater than COP of refrigerator by 1 when operate at same reservoir temperature. This is very important. Okay, so this is one numerical treatment. In this numerical treatment, an industrial heat pump operates between the temperature 27 and 13 degrees Celsius. So 27 is an higher temperature. So we add it 273 plus 27. So it will become 300 Kelvin. And lower temperature is 13. So 273 plus 13 will become 260 degrees Celsius minus 13 degrees Celsius. So it is an 273 minus 13. So it will become 260 degrees Celsius. Here is the minus sign. The rate of heat addition and heat rejection is 750 and 100 watt respectively. The COP of the heat pump is. So very simple. We know the COP of heat pump. That is nothing but amount of heat rejected divided by amount of heat rejected minus amount of heat absorbed. So what is the amount of heat rejected? That is 1000 watt divided by 1000 minus 750, that is 4. So C answer is correct. See, this is a question of GATE examination, okay, and ask for the 1 marks. So very simple formula is used over here. Like this you have to solve some numerical. Okay, so here we stop, and today we learn all first law and second law of thermodynamics. Okay, thank you.